All right, let's make sure there's sound. Let me see. All right, cool. So we got sound. So that works. So we got sound. All right, cool. All right. Comment section is open. Awesome. What's going on, everyone? So, I'm going to try and make it a habit of going live at least once a month. Obviously, it's April now, so April's a pretty big month for myself, so I figured I would give you guys a little bit of update. Might wait a little bit. It's kind of hard to sometimes talk on live streams. Can't edit. I'm probably going to give all the details and whatnot of all the updates probably around 10 minutes in. I've noticed that's usually when people start coming in instead of just one or two people. But so for now, just like the other time, you get to see Chad eat food. So, got my lemon, got my drink. This video is sponsored by Buy. I'm kidding, it's not. I wish. I'll be putting the lemon in it. So here we go. I hope someone just randomly comes in the chat and they're just like, what the heck is Chad doing with this lemon? This is the everyday life, boys and girls. I like citrus fruit. I still got one person. So that one person that's watching, I feel bad that you get to watch this, but hey, if you're late to the live stream, guys, just squeezing a lemon from my drink. Then you shake it. There's a little bit more. Should I eat a lemon on live stream? That'd be interesting. I feel like Brie Larson on live stream. She's gonna do random stuff all of a sudden. I don't know what this sounds like on live stream. It's like gosh. All right. Yeah. Still only one person. All right. Here we go. My hands. All right, go screw. I'm just gonna eat a lemon on live. There's only one person. The one person that's watching this. Sorry. Oh, so good. I know this isn't good for your enamel, but citrus, it's just so good, man. I mean, you should have seen me in the last live stream. Last live stream, I eat crawfish. Actually, no, I didn't eat that live stream. I almost did though. All right. It's only one person. See, I always say it. Usually only one or two people that tune in. And then when I'm like 20, 30 minutes in the live stream. Sometimes if I'm lucky, 10 minutes. That's when people come in. So just so I don't have to repeat myself too much. But the one person that's with me right now, going to be talking about upcoming videos I've already filmed. In months before, I was talking about upcoming videos, but having not filmed them. Now, these videos are now a reality. So, like stuff like the Oscar Best Picture videos, those obviously have already started, but I filmed all of those back to back to back. So I'll be having the other two parts come out right before, let's call it the Oscars this year. But not to jerk myself off, but 93 Best Picture winners. I mean, that's it's worthy of a Nobel Prize. Just kidding. Oh. Saturday night. I was gonna live stream honestly tomorrow, but then I'm like, oh yeah, fudge, it's Easter Sunday. I was like, yeah, nobody's probably gonna tune in even more than they already don't. All right. Oh, and then of course not only just that, but also about Willopenn Drive, my sophomore film. It's coming out officially April 17th, so 2 weeks from now. 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'm very excited for you guys to watch it, honestly. It's cold out here in PA. Worse is when you have an open wound. In my case, I have terrible skin, and then lemon juice gets inside it. It's terrible. Oh, see something real quick. Nice. It's only one person. To the one person that's in the live stream right now, do you have any questions while we're waiting for the others? I'm all ears. Quick. All right, so I'm just gonna go into it. We're 8 minutes in. That should be fine. So this is my list of videos that I still need to film. Just finished filming my Congress review, which I still need to edit that, which I should have it done editing by tonight. I also have written down edit Willopenn Drive movie bloopers, so I have that edited and ready to go. That'll probably release a couple days, maybe a week after Willopenn Drive comes out. So I finished that. Watch Yoga Hosers and then review Kevin Smith's films ranked. I did watch Yoga Hosers the other day. I'm going to be filming Kevin Smith's film ranked list either later tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. And then I still have to watch Kronos, and then I can review Guillermo del Toro's films ranked. I still need to watch 22 July, and then I can rank Paul Greengrass's films. For George Miller, I still have to watch Babe, Pig in the City, and then I can review his movies. Strictly Ballroom, I still have to watch that, and then I can rank Baz Luhrmann's films. The movie Singles, I still have to watch that, and then I can review Cameron Crowe's films. Shotgun Stories, I still have to watch, and then I can review Jeff Nichols' films. The Virgin Suicides, I still have to watch, and then I can review Sofia Coppola's films. Red Dust, I still have to watch, and then I can review Tom Hooper's films. Bleeder, I still have to watch, and then I can rank Nicholas Winding Refn's films, which I'm very excited to do, honestly, because it's one of those ones where I feel like it's going to be all over the place for people. Because I feel like for his list, it's just going to be all over the place because of like if you see his films and everything. If you look up ranking lists online, usually it's all over the place. So I'm curious about that one. I still have to watch Barking Dogs Never Bite, and then I can rank Bong Joon-ho's films. Citizen Ruth, I still have to watch, then I can rank Alexander Payne's films. Alps, I still have to watch, then I can review Yorgos Lanthimos' films, and then the last one I have written down for the ranking list is I still have to watch Hellraiser Inferno, and then I can review Scott Derrickson's films. Scott Derrickson is not as well known, but he is someone where I was like, should be intriguing. Oh yeah, the film top 10 films of 2020 list, which I also did. I just need to edit that, and then I can finally release that. And I also recently edited my review for the Tree of Life, which I'm joined by Adam from Vibs. I worked with him with my ranking list for Denis Villeneuve's film, so excited to have him back on the channel. That one probably won't be released until like June, I would say, though. But yeah, lots of good stuff. And then I also have other director ranking lists that I did actually film. Other directors, let me go back to them. Because there were a couple I have filmed. Mike Flanagan's up next. He that ranking list I filmed a while ago. I've just been waiting to release it because again, I my thing is with the ranking list, they're hard to do because it's a lot of films to watch and whatnot. So I try to spread them apart. So that one I'm going to be releasing next. That one I should be releasing very soon because I think the last one, I believe the last video I did in terms of director ranking list was back to Jude Apatow's films, and that was 3 weeks ago. So yeah, it's in due time. Top 10 animated films of all time. That one I'll also be releasing soon. My review for Warrior, that turns 10 this year. My review for The Skin I Live In, that turns 10 this year. Hannah, that also turns 10 this year. So I'll also be reviewing that. These are all ones I already filmed. John Lee Hancock's films, I also filmed that. That one will be coming out probably in a month or so. Then where is it? Sorry, I'm going up. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. And then I also reviewed I Care a Lot, Malcolm Murray, The Empty Man, and The Mandalorian. So those are all reviews that will be coming out pretty soon. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I also forgot the two other directors that I was pulling up to begin with. Brad Bird and Ryan Johnson. I already filmed those two. I filmed those over a month ago, actually. Shoot. So those will be coming out soon as well. So, so lots of things are filmed. And again, since it's been over 10 minutes, I'll also talk a little bit about Willopenn Drive. I am personally beyond excited to give you guys Willopenn Drive. It's something I've worked on for so long, and at the same time, with the data loss, I mean, I lost 40% of my footage. I went through a couple companies, and they all said that it wasn't recoverable. Data recovery, that's what it's called. None of them said it was something that could be recovered. It was just something that I have like a portable drive like this. This is a different one, but I had another one, and it stopped working. It couldn't be read by the laptop. I had all my footage on there, so thankfully, because I had a multi-camera setup, and this is why when people ask me, you prefer single camera or multi-camera, I always say multi-camera because if I didn't have a multi-camera setup, I probably would have only had 10% of the footage instead of 60%. 10% I cannot work with. 60% I was able to work with. I was able to do reshoots and everything and make a cohesive film. And honestly, it also was for the better because Willopenn Drive was originally like 2.5 hours, and then I chopped it down to like 2 hours and 3 minutes. And I remember just kind of thinking, I was like, am I going to be able to get it under 2 hours? Like, am I? And, because of everything that happened, I knew I wanted it to be under 2 hours. Because I know that a 2.5 hour movie or even a 2 hour movie, it's kind of hard to sell to begin with for like a big studio. So when you're an independent filmmaker, who doesn't have like a huge audience, it's like, you need to know that the shorter a movie is, the more likely someone is to click on it and watch it. So thankfully, I was able to get my vision out there in an hour and 43 minutes. It's very lean, I would say personally. I think it's very well paced. Again, this is the director saying it, so obviously take it for a grain of salt, but I'm also the editor, so but I've seen it several times because I have five people that I was like, you know what, these five individuals, I care that they like it. Those are the five people, and the five people, I showed three of them like early screenings, and all three really liked it. So for me, I'm like, okay, awesome. The other two, I'm going to be showing the night of the premiere because they worked on the movie as well. Um, oh no, no, they didn't. One of them almost worked on the movie. The other one didn't, but that's the case. Like so. Speaking of which, I almost forgot to mention this, and well, let me talk a little bit more about Willopenn Drive. But so yeah, it was tough. It was a tough procedure, honestly. But I can't wait to talk to you about it, guys, because truth be told, I mean, I've been very coy, so to speak. Like the trailer I have, it doesn't reveal much in the slightest, which I personally like it when a trailer does that. I hate being spoiled. I reviewed the bare minimum. So there's a lot of things that you guys probably will be surprised about because of such, especially because of the way I marketed it. So I'm excited about that. But I think just what I'm excited for is the fact that people being able to see how much growth I have as a filmmaker. Because that was the other thing is that I wanted to have it where Incisor was my mainstream film. That was my crowd pleasing film, and I wanted it to be where Willopenn Drive is my endeavor into art house filmmaking. And to some extent, I think that I personally don't want to pat myself on the back, but I personally think that I did because there's a lot of things where I do think that creatively I could have done it a different way, but I did it the way that I personally witness in like films that I love. And I'm not going to say those films because if I do, it might reveal certain things about Open Drive. But there's just certain things from certain movies I like that I just took from. And I know it's like, oh, well, it's like stealing. It's like, nah, it's like filmmaking is all about taking something and making it your own. And I think I did that. Again, sounds pretentious, but what can I say? I'm proud of, very proud of what I did. Um, but speaking of Open Drive, I'm actually going to be going on my friend Eric, his podcast. Um, we recently spoke about that, and I don't know when it will be. That's something we're still figuring out. It will be pretty soon, though. I would say within the next couple weeks or so. Um, so I'll be able to talk about Willopenn Drive on there, and it's also beneficial for him because he'll be giving me the audio file, so I'll be uploading the podcast on my channel. So we'll be talking about Collateral, which I'm excited to talk about because it's a Michael Mann film. We both recently bought it on 4K, so it's only fitting that we both obviously talk about it on this podcast. So I'm excited about that. I've never done a podcast before, so it should be interesting to say the least. And at the same time, two filmmakers talking about things. 'Cause my friend Eric's also a filmmaker, so it's going to be fun. I think so. That's what's new on my channel thus far. Again, um, I'm just overjoyed the fact that I was able to make a second film during a pandemic, and one that I think, like Incisor, I'm proud of, but to an extent, I'm proud of the fact that I was able to make a feature length film. I never thought I was going to be able to. I never did. But I knew that there were issues. I knew that the sound was something I needed to work on. I knew that it could be more cinematic looking. I also knew that I spoon fed the audience a little bit too much. I did cut out a lot of voiceover and whatnot, but there were still a lot of times where I could have either cut things out or cut things down so that way it didn't feel as expository. And that's something I just I just kind of wish if I could go back and edit Incisor, which I can't even edit Incisor again. That's the thing. Like I can't because I put it all on the portable drive and that's no more. So, I just got to be happy with the final cut of Incisor. But yeah, I mean, that was the other thing. Like, I had people close to me that said that they enjoyed Incisor, but at the same time that they know me, that they know I can be more creative and that I can, push myself. And I did, and I think that that's one of the reasons why I'm especially excited for Willopenn Drive for people to watch and everything because for people that do like filmmaking and just risky filmmaking. I feel like they'll appreciate it. I don't know. Like call it pretentious, call it whatever you want, but I don't know. I just I'm proud of it, you know. And especially since, as I mentioned, with the pandemic, difference was incisor happened. It was I think I was like halfway into filming when the pandemic happened. So I'll never forget. I think it was yeah, it was the scene where I got dunked in the water. We filmed that in like 40-degree weather. And I remember that that was when we first kind of heard about the coronavirus, at least in America. And when we heard about it, I remember we didn't really take it that seriously, a lot of us, except my one friend, Alex. He took it seriously and he didn't film that day. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you know, everyone's different, whatever. But I remember we filmed that. And then it was like less than a week later is when things went into lockdown and everything. And for myself, I was like, well, I started something. I'm definitely finishing this. But the problem is that most of my cast and crew did not want to shoot during a pandemic, which I completely get, you know, especially with social distancing and everything. And it was bad, you know, it was bad. Like the cases were rising. We didn't have a vaccine. But thankfully, I had a couple of people that were still willing to. But the problem was there were certain things I just had to, you know, change. Like its eyes are really did change a lot. I had certain ideas that I wanted, but I wasn't able to fully succeed in my opinion. There's stuff I could have worked on, such as like the lighting in the final act. You know, I wish that I had shot at night. The problem was I didn't have a camera that could really shoot at night. Um, but yeah, I mean, the other thing I wanted to mention is that with Willopenn Drive, like what I'm trying to get at is that with Willopenn Drive, I knew that it was a pandemic. You know, at that point, I knew it was a pandemic, so I knew that I had to plan. So I essentially had it where I planned to shoot all the stuff during the day, like, you know, obviously that had to be outdoors and everything, to shoot that ASAP. Because I was like, there's going to be another lockdown. There's going to be another, you know, lockdown. I just know it. And sure enough, there was in December. By that time, thankfully, we had pretty much everything done. We were so close, so close. Um, and we were able to then just film like the, you know, the indoor scenes and everything. And then, of course, 2 days after I dropped the trailer, because when I dropped the trailer at that point, everything was pretty much done. I just needed to do dubbing. That was pretty much it, dubbing and music, and then some color grading here and there, and a little bit of editing, which I know it sounds like a lot, but it just wasn't as much as you would possibly think. Um, and then 2 days after the trailer dropped, I mean, the portable drive gave out. So it's terrible. You know, it happens though. You know, it is what it is. And then when that happened, then I had to do reshoots and everything. So I was better prepared, and I think that's just it. I think when you're making a movie, you should go in being prepared that there are going to be changes. You are going to have an idea on what you want going on the set, but then when you actually get on the set, things can kind of change. Your idea might, you know, transform into something else. You might hear a different idea or a different perspective and someone giving you insight onto something that you might want to change. And obviously, as the director, you get final say. So, you know, again, I know I'm going on a tangent, but it was just something that I think was interesting. And I know I'll probably talk about that again on my live stream with Willopenn Drive the day after it premieres, because I probably will be doing one on the 18th, just so that way, you know, if people have questions and everything, I can like answer them. Which I know a lot of directors say, like, you know, don't answer it, have it where the audience has to think and everything. But um, I think I will try to do that. But at the same time, I do also think that, you know, it would be fun to still talk about with what happened and everything, like in the film and everything. I don't know, or just like questions that people had, you know, or you know, people's thoughts in general. I mean, if they liked it, if they didn't like it. So, anyways, the one person that's in the chat right now, I'll give you time to talk now. Seems like that one person's shy.
Typically with your position, just talk about some of the little things that are important, whether it's like
To be fair, it's Saturday night. I think we'll get 30 minutes and then nobody joins the chat. I think I'll end it. Thought there'd be more people. More people. I thought there'd be more interaction. Come on, guys. Everyone's always like, Chad, do more live streams. Speaking of people, I'm almost at 600 subscribers, so there will definitely be a Q&A once I hit 600. I know a lot of different channels don't really do that. They'll have it where it's like, they reach like 1,000, 2,000, or 10,000, or whatever the case may be. But for me, every 100, it's just a blessing, honestly, because I think back to not even 2 years ago, I had 200 subscribers. I think it was late September of 2019 I reached 200. And here I am almost at 600, less than 2 years later. I mean, it's insane, honestly. It's little for a lot of people, but for myself, someone that's been doing this for a while, um, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. Because, I mean, I started YouTube, I believe it was summer of 2015. So that's 4 years. For 4 years, I had 200 subscribers. And then all of a sudden, in the span of 2 years, I gained 400. Like, that's just crazy. I think it might also have to do with the fact that my quality kind of bumped up. I started using, editing software and whatnot for like certain reviews and everything. My specialty videos, the ranking videos, and everything. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, I'm still blessed. Honestly, I'm happy about that. But yeah, still nobody talking in the group chat. Nobody say anything in the chat. All right. Still nobody jumping in. Disappointed, guys. I'm just playing. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream early, guys. I'll if you guys have any questions, just ask down below. Because at the 30-minute mark, nobody's saying anything. So I'll catch you guys later.